everyone, welcome back to my channel Luminosity Muse, where we do tarot readings, astrology, and we talk about personal development and all things spiritual. If you like these types of readings or these topics, then please make sure to like and subscribe to support the channel. And if at any point you enjoy anything in the reading or something speaks to you, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. And without further ado, let's talk about today's topic. We are doing a collective reading, as you can see with my setup here. We're getting messages from your spirit guides. That's what I channeled in today. So I asked to have 3 different advices or messages, and I've tested this in the past with my own readings and with readings with clients, and sometimes we'll get actual 3 separate topics, and sometimes we'll get 3 pieces of advice for one overarching topic. Really depends on what spirit wants to let the collective know today, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, let's get into the reading. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start with this one. I really hope that everything is going to be on camera because this is a very big reading and I don't have a lot of space. So for the first topic, we have the 9 of Swords, and then we have full moon in Taurus. Your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, and then yeah, that should be good. And then let's see what the advice and so what I had intended for this part of the reading is whatever advice or actions or things that your spirit guides want to convey to you that you can do at this moment. So we have the Magician and Princess. You can be your own knight. Very interesting. Okay. Really trying to make as much space here as I can. Okay. So I'm getting that several of you might be in the middle of some kind of project. For a lot of you, this could be your schooling or maybe even testing. Like, I keep getting this image of someone that's I'm hearing like a practicing license or something. Maybe you're about to take a board exam, and I know this doesn't apply to everybody. This is a big collective reading, so take what you will and apply it to your own situations. Honestly, this can be anything. This can be something that's related to work, to school, to your own family, or even your love life. It may be something that you're trying to achieve, and it's really been, with the 9 of Swords here, I feel like you're just getting really beat down. Wow. This is kind of energy we have today. I just want to say before I move forward with this message, while I was shuffling, your cards were very erratic, so it definitely displays this energy of the 9 of Swords, which is all about overthinking. The traditional tarot has the imagery of someone being bogged down by their own mind and their nightmares, and I just get so much disappointment, like this feeling of really being down on yourself. And a lot of it, oftentimes with the 9 of Swords, is self-inflicted. It's self-sabotage. It definitely can be. And the interesting thing is, we have the Magician here, which signifies that whatever that you're beating yourself up over, maybe you're telling yourself that you really can't do this, things are getting intense, and you're really questioning your own worth, your own capabilities in this. Your spirit guides are telling you, no, you are very capable of this. You have everything that you need. You can always reach out to us. The thing is, you need to And that might be a hard message for some of you. Like, Spirit is literally telling me that you've been living in your own head too much. And one of the good things that you can do right now, or one of the things that you really can do to help sort out your own thoughts, is to start writing it down. It almost feels like you're trying to find someone or something to come and save you with this princess, you can be your own knight. I know that sounds very literal, but I see this imagery of someone that's doom scrolling on social media, on YouTube, on the internet, trying to find the perfect solution to their problems, the perfect way to move forward to this. Like, let's use a school example for a second. For someone maybe that's getting their license or studying for a board exam or whatever, they're trying to find the best way to study, and not even the best way, but just the perfect, most efficient plan and way to do this. And yes, you do need a plan. Your dreams are there and it's within reach. You are manifesting it in, but the problem is you're getting caught up on details that are not as important. What I'm getting is that you just need to choose a path, make a practical plan out of that, and stick to it. Stop tinkering in so much of your plans and just try to see it through, because that is hindering you at this point. Trying to find the perfect plan is not going to help you at this point. You might have perfectionist tendencies. I keep hearing the word perfectionism. So that could be something that you want to consider as you're making this plan and a way forward to whatever your situation is and whatever this applies to. Just choose one. There's many, like, back to that example of someone studying, there's many different efficient ways to study or to go through a test. There's different books about it. There's a wealth of information out there. There's people with different experiences that they've, say that this works, this is everything that like should be working, and things like that. And yes, that works for them and it may work for a lot of people, but just find one that you like, that works for you, and see it through. And it will work out, because you do have the Magician here, which means that you have everything that you need already to make whatever this is happen. Okay, let's move on to the second message. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's the Eight of Pentacles. And then we have a time for healing. Okay. And then for the action and the advice, we have Feast. Slow down and celebrate yourself. Page of Swords. Okay, that's interesting, because I do feel like in a way these two are connected. It can apply in different ways, but let's get into the second message for you. So I'm getting that whatever this situation is, and it doesn't just have to be the situation. I feel like you've kind of let everything go because you're so focused on this, and you're so focused on this, the feeling of disappointment, or even, oh, you guys, I just got a message, like being disappointed in yourself, being not good enough to do this, and oh, that's very sad. And you guys need to stop, because like I said, you're very capable, you can do this, and you just need to find that place where you're doing this again because you enjoy it. You need to remember why you're going through all of this in the first place, like why you're working hard for it. I worked in the healthcare industry for a while, and I've had friends that are nurses or pharmacists that stress over like the board exams for it. And a lot of the times, whether maybe like they failed the first time, or maybe even the practice test didn't go as much as they wanted it to, and they're just really hard and down on themselves, and then they forget why they're doing it in the first place. Okay, I'm also getting the message that some of you may just be on the edge or on the brink of thinking whether like this is worth it or not, or maybe you're starting to talk yourself out that you're never going to be able to do this, that maybe this just isn't for you. Listen, before you make any big decisions, take this second message and piece of advice to heart and really try it, because right now you're being asked to really slow down. For a lot of you, journaling, drawing, or whatever is going to be very important for you, or even moving your body. Actually, I'm getting that just you need to be more grounded. You're in your head way too much right now. And also, I'm filming this during Mercury retrograde. I have no idea why I decided to film Mercury retrograde, but it could be for those of you seeing this. Maybe you're also going through this during Mercury retrograde time, and it's not a good time to make really big decisions. So all I'm saying is slow down. Slow down, take a breather, take a break. If you've been staring at your computer and studying for hours and you can't even understand what you're reading anymore, that's an indication to go outside, to do something else. So I know when I used to study before, or even like in any type of work that I've worked in, whenever I can't figure out a solution to something, sometimes going outside or taking a break or taking a lunch break or something helps. Sometimes just being out there and being away from whatever the situation or the problem is really beneficial, because when I come back, a lot of the times I'll have the answer because I've taken the time to detach from it and then come back into it and find a different approach. I think that's also one of the big messages that you're getting, whatever the situation is that you need to find a different approach and a different way of looking at it. A lot of the message with your dreams need a practical plan here with full moon in Taurus is that you're very abundant, okay? Especially with what you're trying to achieve here, you have what it takes. Do not question your capability, because you can. What is needed is for you to see things in a different angle, and to do that, you're going to really need to ground yourself, and that goes differently for everybody. Sometimes people are very grounded when they go outside, when they're in nature. Sometimes other people feel more grounded when they're coming up with a plan, or maybe even like things are jumbled in their head, and if they just write everything out, brain dumping is very good for that. It helps them release all their overthinking. Maybe some food, please do it in moderation. Eat, healthy foods or refreshing foods that will help ground you. And the other message that I wanted to say, because like I said, sometimes like the messages are connected, but this also applies to other aspects of your life, because I'm getting that message earlier is coming back about letting yourself go. And I'm not just saying this, maybe you're not that type of person. Maybe you're like very put together. You like to do all like, the healthy stuff, very good routines and stuff like that. That's good for you if you do. If you don't, then definitely need to get back into that. If you are the type to always be in a routine, then there's just aspects of your life. Maybe you just need to tidy up your space a little bit, because that's a good way to ground as well. Some people really like to clean. That helps them take their mind off of things. I know my mom is like that. She feels very grounded and less stressed when she cleans. So that could be a different way to approach this. And sorry, I'm getting off topic a bit, but letting yourself go, maybe like even your relationships, whether it's with your family, your friends, your loved one. Maybe you're so focused on this one thing that you've let other aspects of yourself go. Maybe it's your faith. Maybe it's how you take care of yourself. Maybe it's how you take care of people in your lives and nurture your relationships. So that's what I'm saying, is maybe slowing down and getting back into those other things and taking a break from this. Even if it's just a day, even if you just take a day for yourself, or maybe it's a day to connect with others, will really help you get back into this magician energy where you really believe in your own capabilities and you can see how you can find a way through this. And I am getting with the Page of Swords that you will. Like, the answers are coming. They're right there. You need to get out of your head. Okay, let's see what the final topic or message is. We have Nine of Wands, and we have Don't Let Pride Get in Your Way. Okay, that one is a very clear message. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have Mourning, The World Awaits You, and we actually got 2 cards when I drew these. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse, and we have the King of Pentacles. Okay, I have no idea where I'm gonna put this. Okay, sorry if it overlaps with some things, but we've already seen the other message, so I'll just keep this here so you guys can actually see it. Sorry. Okay, so, okay, yeah, you guys are definitely overwhelmed with the Nine of Wands here. You're really, really holding on, and you know what? Your spirit guides feel for you. They're right there with you. They're helping you. But here's the thing. You're going at it full force ahead, and I mean, that's great. A lot of the times, that's really important. You need to go in with like full passion, because whatever this is, I know is very important to you. It's something that makes you feel good, or something really in the trajectory of your dreams and your plan for your life. I do feel with your messages here, letting your pride get in the way, the world awaiting you, and even the King of Pentacles. There's support trying to come in, and it's interesting because this could also be about money. We do have a couple of messages here about money. Oh, that's interesting. So if we go back to that, yeah, if we go back to that example about someone in the medical field, whether it's a nurse or a pharmacist or a doctor that's taking their board exam soon or something like that, maybe they just need some time off of work so that they can really study for this. Maybe that's what they've been struggling with, is balancing things in their life, and what they really need is just to not work at this time until their exam or whatever, so they can just give their all to this. They can give like whatever last energy that they have to make it through, like their final stand, but they're worried about how they're going to pay rent next month or their bills and things like that. And then somebody comes in, whether it's their parent, their family, their friends, someone that believes in them. This could also be an investment if it's about a business that you are working on, or a project that you've been trying to get off the ground, startup and things like that. Take what you will and take what resonates. And here's the thing. I get it. Money is always hard to talk about, or maybe this isn't even money, maybe it's labor. Maybe someone is trying to help you with your business. They're trying to tell you that maybe you just need more help. Maybe you need more people. And I get that this is important to you, and I get that you want to do it yourself and you want to make it yourself, and you can. You're very capable. But at the same time, if you are getting offered support and help, what's wrong with taking that? There's people that believe in you, that want to invest in you, that know you can do this, and in a way, their way of supporting you and telling you that you can do that is maybe giving you some money for that rent or your bills for the month, so that you can take the whole month off, so that you can focus on your studies, or you can focus on your business and work on this project or whatever. And the message with this is that you don't want to waste the energy that you have left. You don't want to waste what you have left for this final stand, because your manifestation, your dreams is right there. It's almost there. You just need to let the support come in. And like I said, this may be very literal for some of you, but for others of you, maybe it's more on a spiritual sense, where the universe is trying to give you opportunities, trying to give you the support that you need, and you're letting the ego get in the way. I would also really take a look at some self-sabotaging habits. Really look into that, because a lot of the time those are tied to our egos, especially like a wounded ego, especially that we have Leo here that deals with the ego. So I would really focus in on that if you guys are trying to figure out how to navigate your situation. And the support is there. The resources are there. The people are there. You just need to let it in. Okay, so those are the messages I have. We will take one more ending final message that I have for you guys here. This is from the Self-Realization Oracle deck, sorry. So we'll take one more message of this and I'll end the reading there. Okay. Alright, so let's see what this has for us. Sorry, this is very awkward to do it in camera. Okay, there we go. Alright, so let's see what our ending message is. I affirm that I do not have to fight or prove to anyone that I am worthy of the life I wish to live, as it is my birthright to achieve the stability I long for. When I am ready, I will put down my weapons and sit with the pain so that I may identify what I have the power to shift in my environment in order to restore the foundation on which I am building a life. Okay, so I do have a final message that's coming in that I want to touch on, but if you guys are interested in taking this affirmation for yourself, go ahead and screenshot it here if you want. I'm just gonna have it up here for a little bit longer so you can really take it in. So there was a message earlier that I wasn't fully getting, so I didn't touch on it, but this message is pulling it through, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. There was a hint of, not really gossip, but it's like being afraid of what social conventions think should be. So in a way, being scared of what other people think of what you're doing. So let's go back to that example of someone that's studying for their board exam or whatever. Other people may be like, there may be some people in your life or maybe even at work that are like, what are you doing? Like, how are you gonna pay rent? Blah, 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 and things like that. Because social conventions or whatever, like the environment that you're in dictates that you should be able to handle both. You should be able to do work and school and blah, 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 and do all of this, even if you're really tired, or you're afraid that maybe they'll think less of you because you're not able to do both, or you're taking in the support that's coming in so that you can take time off to really focus in on your exam and whatever else, like whatever this situation calls for. And the reminder here is that, listen, at the end of the day, what actually matters? Remember, you're being told to, with these two, to really remember what the priorities are, and really grounding down and thinking about what really matters to you and building a plan based on that. Because at the end of the day, if you're taking a board exam, it's the fact that you pass and get your license, right? That's really what matters. Otherwise, why are you putting yourself through this? And that goes for the same thing, like for a business. If you're, if you're building a business, and you need to take the time to do it, and you need to take some time off to actually see clients, then that's what you need. Like, remember what the end goal is. It shouldn't have to matter what others think of it, because it's your life that you're living. This is your license that you're getting, You can't become a pharmacist or a licensed nurse or a practitioner or whatever. I don't know what state you're in or what part of the world you are, but I do know like most places need some kind of like medical license if you're gonna become a doctor, right? So how can you practice that if you don't have the license? I hope like what I'm trying to say here is coming through, but the point is you need to pass that exam to get the position that you're going towards, to go after the dream that you want. And like I said, that's just an example. Take what resonates and leave the rest, right? So don't worry about what others think or what social conventions dictate. Go with what's practical and what makes sense. Not just like practicals, like, oh, I need to pay my bills and things like that, but what's practical for what you're trying to achieve. Okay? All right, those are all your messages. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for being here, for taking this time and letting me read for you. I really, really do hope that it helped you in some way move through whatever it is that you are going through. If you like this reading, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe if you do like these types of readings or anything related to tarot readings, astrology, personal development, and anything else spiritual. And if anything spoke to you in these messages, go ahead and let me know. I would love to chat with you guys in the comments, okay? And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.